Sunday Night Football, we have the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Last time I checked, it was a 3.5-point spread. Now it's KC -4 right now is what I'm seeing. Kansas City -4, Chargers. This is in Arrowhead. Dylan, number one rule of the show. What is it?
Fade the Chiefs as more than a touchdown favorite. And that's what we're getting right here. Even at 3.5, 4, no matter what number you got. Add on top that it's a divisional game.
Field goal favorite.
Field goal.
Huh?
You said touchdown, more than a field goal favorite?
Field goal. So fade the Chiefs as a field goal or more favorite. Sorry, I said touchdown there.
Especially fade him as a touchdown favorite.
Especially if you can get Raiders are a great example of that from Black Friday. Justin Herbert has generated the 4th highest completion percentage over expected with a league high 7 touchdowns on deep passes this season. The Chiefs don't defend very well against the deep ball. I'm looking at I find myself doing this every week in fantasy. Justin Herbert, Joshua Palmer discount option, Ladd McConkey is your high salary option. I think that it's the Chargers here. I hate how many underdogs I like to win outright, but I do think the Chiefs' luck comes to an end somewhere. This would be the perfect spot for it.
This is where it comes to an end.
I think I think it's a small blip in the Super Bowl DVD.
Okay, Connor.
Yeah.
Connor.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that. Must cut out for a second. Chiefs are 5-1 straight up in their last 6, but they're 0-6 against the spread. If you look at this Chiefs schedule,
that's crazy.
It looks a lot weaker than we thought it would be coming into the year. Their wins are against Vegas, Carolina, Denver, Tampa Bay, Vegas again, the Niners, and New Orleans since October. Those are their 7 wins since October. Denver's a good win, but other than that, and they really should have lost that, but other than that, there's not a good win in there. I hate to say it. Those teams are horrible. None of those teams are playoff teams besides the Broncos. Chargers are the best team they've played other than Buffalo, where they lost in a couple of months now. The Chargers lead the NFL in points allowed at just under 16. They rank 4th in interceptions with 13. And I think they're going to muck up this game. They're going to slow it down. They're going to dictate the pace. They lack explosive plays, but they lead the NFL with only 6 turnovers committed this year. The Chargers are not going to make that back-breaking, boneheaded interception fumble mistake that'll gift the Chiefs a win like they've had against some of these other teams. I think if the game is close at the end and the Chargers have a lead, they'll be able to hold on to that, get it done on the ground. I'm scary betting against the Chiefs, but I like the Chargers here. The Chiefs have been testing fate. I think LA has a pretty good chance to pull the upset.
Yeah, and you really kind of nailed it there. You look at their schedule. Is there one game outside of maybe New Orleans where you go, okay, that was a convincing win?
No, genuinely no.
And that's who the Chiefs are. We've seen this multiple years now.
Bye, but the Niners suck, we've realized now. So
yeah, and this is who the Chiefs are. We know this. They are an NBA team now where the regular season is kind of boring for them, and now they can just flip a switch and turn it on in the playoffs. And honestly, I would say their most impressive win and best win was week 1 against the Ravens, because they really had that game, and it took a miracle drive by the Ravens and all that stuff. And even then, it was that close, which is a huge amount, by the way. That's a big amount right there.
Some would say maybe too much.
Gargantuan is what I would say.
Gargantuan, yes.
But I don't think I can take the Chiefs here.
Can't do it. The Chargers, I'm not like extremely high on the Chargers, but if, like you said, you go through their wins in the last couple months, the Chargers are a better team than every team they've beat the last few weeks. Period. They are. And like the Raiders, the Panthers, all these teams are gifting them late drives and, let's get our field goal blocked or let's throw a pick or fumble the ball. The Chargers are disciplined enough not to do that. They won't give Kansas City a win here.
And if Pacheco's healthy in this game, I think that's going to be a big key, because I think the Chiefs are going to have to win this on the ground, to be honest, because I've watched every Chiefs game this year. How bad are the tackles? Their left and right tackles is a revolving door.
I've done it before on X. It astonishes me that Jawan Taylor still has a job on an NFL roster.
On the best team in football.
It astonishes. Even last year, he led the league in penalties, procedural penalties, not even procedural penalties, and he's still the star. It astonishes me.
And they still don't call every false start on him. If you really watch the games, There's a half second of movement almost every play.
And the fact he hasn't figured it out is astonishing to me. But I didn't mean to interject there. But Jawan Taylor,
you're good.
They need to do a science experiment on that man, how he still has a job.
He's got some dirt on Andy Reid or Mahomes or somebody.
They've had like 4 left tackles this year, and they've all been terrible. And Mahomes has kind of been under pressure. I mean, we saw Mahomes under pressure at some points, even against the Panthers. The Panthers took this team down to the wire. And I know, like I said, I understand this Chiefs team is a Super Bowl favorite for a reason. I'm not talking about them in the grand scheme of things, but a 1-week game, I don't know how you can really back them here. And maybe it's recency bias looking at the Raiders game and the Chiefs game, but then maybe they turn on a switch and Travis Kelce goes off, because I feel like Travis Kelce always dominates against the Chargers.
I think there's something to be said about beating a team in your division twice, especially a well-coached team with Jim Harbaugh. I think it's going to be a little tougher than, the lowly Raiders or somebody like that.
All right, I love it. Before we get into the parlay, we got about 30 minutes to do on Bryce Young.
Good. Let me get my notes.
Dylan, are you hopping off?
Real quick, Chargers, Chiefs, any thoughts on you have Super Bowl champion Andy Reid versus Michigan national champion Jim Harbaugh? Coaching styles here. So I'm just saying, like, the best head coaching matchup of the year.
Super Bowl loser Jim Harbaugh.
Well, when was that? Like before I was born?